Hello and welcome along to the Bunch of Punts Betting Podcast, your specialist show for football long shot bets. It's just long shot bets, big prices. First half we'll build an ACCA, second half we'll talk about some singles that we love this weekend. Matthew, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. It's recording Friday morning, so just the Ashes have just finished and there's been some frustrating action down in the A-League, hasn't there?
Yeah, red card killing my bets in Perth and had to watch England play shit in the cricket, so Australia has not treated me well.
Just little scumbags. We're going to head back down there in a bit, in the second half of the show. First half of the show, we're going to try and build a winning ACCA. It's proved elusive so far. Last weekend, we'll call it 27-1, didn't get anywhere near. Your selections all cruised in. It was my fault last weekend, so
I can't even remember. Who do I had in the ACCA last week?
I don't remember.
I think all I know is I had goals in a Buxton, didn't I?
I don't remember. All I remember seeing is green tick for your picks and then red crosses for some of my picks. But yes, frustrating one. I can't get on 365. So you're going to be building the ACCA. Similar approach to last weekend. I've actually got lots I like this weekend. Not a lot of long shots I'm madly in love with. With regards to the ACCA Premier League, both teams to score. Manchester City v Sunderland. I can't believe it was even money. It's been nibbled in ever so slightly. In fact, you can still get even money Sky. And then it's 19-20 on 365. So I think it's still a backable price. You look at some of the others in the Prem. Bournemouth, Chelsea 4-7. Brentford, Tottenham. That's 4-6. Liverpool leads 8-13. I don't really understand why Man City Sunderland's almost even money. City 5-4 in midweek, and they're just conceding a lot of goals. Third game in a row that's seen both teams to score. 4 of the last 5 seasons both teams to score. Sunderland played Arsenal 2-2, scored 1-1 at Villa, beat Chelsea 2-1, 1-1 against Liverpool in midweek. So they're flying. I did have some reservations about them away from home because Fulham beat them 1-0. Lost 2-0 at Burnley, but against the better teams they seem to be having more joy. So both teams to score. Are you having it?
For now, yes, I'll have it. Like we'll just see how strong the other picks are because I haven't looked at it much. There's obviously a bit of reservations about them away, but as you mentioned, it looks a big prize based on the recent records. So I'll add it in now on the ACCA.
Yeah, it was just the other prices of both teams to score. It's in my head, unless you've got a huge mismatch, which I don't think this is at this current minute. Like you're not really going to get anywhere close to even money in the Prem. Tables lie, but Sunderland are 6th, Man City is 2nd. There's only 5 points between them. The only issue is, and it might bump this selection out later, is Sunderland did go to Anfield in midweek, 3 days between
And
that trip and this one.
It's a week before the derby with a few players on a yellow, so it could be a bit more reserved. Like Siddiqui and Xhaka are 1 yellow away from missing the derby. So
Yeah, you would have thought if they were going to get booked, they would have done it at Anfield. Served their suspension for this one.
I was going to back them both, but both got like smashed into fuck. So I was happy leaving it, and luckily none of them got booked.
Yeah, he had them at the start of the week. None of them got booked. I thought I'll just have a point on each, point on the double. One of them's bound to get booked. Got smashed in and then cash out were brilliant all game long. 80th minute, Jackie could still cash out for like 80% of your stake. I think, shall I just do it? Which no, none of them got booked. That was my strongest pick in the Prem. I'm just looking down the slate. Early kickoff is a horrible game. Villa at home to Arsenal. Arsenal, same price as both teams to score in that Sunderland's trip to the Etihad. I wouldn't go near that with a barge pole. Chelsea 6-5 at Bournemouth. No. Tottenham 7-5 at home to Brentford.
Nope.
Oh, thank you.
Shit.
Yeah, those two I've just reeled off got floated about for an ACCA earlier on in the week, and I was like, no way, Jose. And this was before Chelsea lost at Leeds, but yeah, right into the Championship then.
It's
got anything?
3 goals.
Huh?
Ipswich Coventry goals.
Yeah, boy. Ipswich home,
They
good.
haven't been as good for it recently, but like last season they were really good for it, and you've sort of reeled that off. Coventry games are just mental. Um, Constantly, they seem to be going behind. Like I know they went behind on the weekend because I had them in my last man standing, so I was sweating, and then they come back and cruised it. I just think it's two high scoring teams. Ipswich will look for the win. Cov will look for the win. Because Cov are that far clear, they don't need to play for draws. They just play every game, needing to win.
Yeah,
So I just think
yeah.
it's going to be chaos. I just think goals is sort of a given here.
Do you know the only nagging doubt I've got in this one, and you've referenced it already? So, Ipswich beat West Brom 1-0 at home, Watford 1-1, Wrexham 0-0. It's like recently they've just been a bit fucking shy, and amongst that they beat Swansea and QPR 4-1, 4-1 away from home.
But Wrexham came for the point, and Ipswich couldn't break them down. Watford, they came for the point, and Ipswich just missed loads of sitters. Cov ain't going to come for the point. Cov are going to be open and expansive as usual, and that just makes it's got all the makings of a high scoring game. I think just based on how teams will set up.
Do you think Ipswich are going to play for the point though? In a word.
No chance.
Brilliant, right. The only other way, I've played this a little bit different. What about, is this too greedy?
Yeah,
What?
I know what you're saying. We're not going Coventry goals. You're being too greedy, Jim.
Boo, it's 6-4 though.
I know it's a really good. Well, I've got it I've got it doubled with another bet that I'll say later, which I like. But I just think for the ACCA, especially the stinky run we've been on with the ACCA, you don't want to overcomplicate it.
Alright, so at the
Like,
minute...
realistically, do you think Coventry will win 2-0?
No.
Like that's what I mean. If they score two, it's going to be over, surely.
Yeah, they have scored at least 2 in 14 of 18. At least 3 in 10 of 18.
Oof.
At least 5 in 5. At least 4, sorry, in 5 of 18. Like, they could cover this on their own. And I'm just looking, they put 4 past Borough, 4 past Millwall. That's second and third in this tight championship. They're fucking nuts. They put 3 past Birmingham, 5 past Derby, 7 past QPR, 5 past Wednesday. There's no sport in that. But yeah, all right. Overs joining Man City, Sunderland, both teams to score at the minute. What's the price on that?
What the double so far is 3.36.
Nice. Anything else from the championship, you reckon? Yeah, that's kind of it's not a big clash, but they are 2 big boys, aren't they? So there might be ultimate respects.
Yeah, nothing else I like in the champ.
The only other thing, I don't think it's for an ACCA, and I haven't properly dug into this, but there was it's shortened actually. I was going to say what about Oxford at Swansea, but no, swerve it into... Where are we going to go next? Because there's only 12:30s in League 1, League 2. Are we going to the FA Cup?
Yeah, I reckon we go look at FA Cup.
What about, it's shortened a bit, but what about it's kind of short, but Cheltenham to beat Buxton? Too short.
No, it is. But I don't know. Like, I can't trust Cheltenham. I think Cottrell will look to rest a few and think he can get the job done, and they should get the job done the way Buxton are playing. But I know there's 2 leagues below it, like 2 leagues between them, and Buxton are struggling in the north. There's just a nagging doubt with taking Cheltenham single. I don't know.
No, I get it. They're like 4-7 to win. What is there, 2 leagues between them? But Buxton are a naughty side. You love them.
I fucking love Buxton, but they've been shit this season. But they're the sort of team that on their day they can just turn up and beat. So I don't know. I just think unless we're desperate for one later, I think it's one to leave for now. I don't mind both teams to score overs in Peterborough Barnsley.
Yes. What price is that?
1.9. It's always risky. It's always risky in the cup, but I just think Barnsley are a team we take basically every week.
Oh yeah.
And Peterborough under Williams, they've sort of been a bit shit last couple of games ever since I took them for promotion or top 6, whatever it was. But I think, they were flipping, but they lost 2-1 to Donny, so that was both team score overs in there, and then they lost at home to Stevenage. The other games under Williams, 1-3-0 against Stockport. Stockport could have had a goal maybe, and then they beat Crawley 2-1, Wimbledon 5. So they're scoring goals. Barnsley scored goals. I just think there'll be a bit of rotation, but not like massive. And I think that's just got all the makings for goals in that game.
Yes, I 100% agree. And the thing is with Huran, They've only kept 2 clean sheets under him. They're approaching 35 games since he took charge last season. But the one thing that's been like fucking nuts this season is how strong he goes in cup competitions. Like even the Virtue Trophy or whatever it's called. We were at one game. He went fucking right strong, and he's been doing that all season. Like even under Man United under 21s, like playing like Didsey, Jack, Jonathan Bland. Sorry,
I saw they lost 5-0 to Port Vale in the cup, but I'm looking like Caelan Vickers started, McGoldrick, Batanza Dan, Cleary, Connell. Yeah, he went strong and they got battered 5-0. So he'll be looking for a reaction. I just think it stinks of goals.
Yeah, he slated them after that game as well. Like, he's like, I never want to see a performance like that again. And the thing about this matchup is Luke Williams is going to want to play football. When Barnsley battered Luton 5-0, well, Horan's just obsessed with pressing and that. He's like one of the only managers I've seen in League One that obsessed with pressing and playing high lines. It just should. It stinks of goals. Stinks of goals. I like that one. What about that's obviously it. Obviously, would you consider MK Dons 9-10 at home to Oldham, or is that ridiculous?
No, I don't like, because you don't know how the fuck. But when it's between two teams in the same league, like, will a cup run do that much for MK Dons? Like, will they be that arsed about the cup? There's certain teams like the teams that like are up against it, like financially in League Two, like your Newports, your Accringtons. Cup run means a lot for them. I don't think MK Dons are that up, because what happens? They beat Oldham, and then say for example they go and get like a League One team away, and they're as good as that, if you know what I mean. I don't think Paul Warren's that asked about the cup. I don't know historically what he's like, but
in the last round he made 2 changes. Keeper first choice went out.
And second round, isn't it? I forgot it was second round. That does change it a bit. For some reason, I had in my mind it was the first round, and then it occurred to me. Yeah,
it's the second, but so I'm sort of on the fence with this. Like 9-10 is a good price. Paul Warren only made 2 changes first round. One of them was keeper. The other one, Dan Crowley came in. Like, that's not a bad option to have. And the main thing with this one was when these sides met first game of the season, it was 0-0 draw. But MK Dons were like 3-5, I think, off the top of my head. So you're getting a 9-10, 7-8 this week, and it's just a big jump up. But having said that, Oldham like underperforming their expected goals, like nearly 13 in the league or something ridiculous. Like their underlying data is really strong, so that might be why the price has changed as well. It probably is. So
I've just found one for a late kickoff, 5:30 kickoff.
Go on then.
And it's both teams to score and overs in Sutton Shrewsbury at 1.95. Because I just purely liked it because of Sutton's record. Like I've spoke about them before. I think, like I said, under Agata, the first game was a 0-0, and that was a day into his reign or something, so that doesn't really count. And every other game has gone overs except for Halifax, where Halifax missed a pen. The game on the weekend I was on, goals against Gateshead, pissed in. And I was surprised. In my mind, Shrewsbury low margin, like low scoring games. They're top of League Two for away games, seeing over 2.5 goals, with 7 out of 9 seeing that. Both teams to score has landed in 6 out of 9 Shrewsbury away. So it's not like they're getting battered and it's a stat pad. They're away at Sutton, are playing currently like a top half National League team probably at the moment. Shrewsbury bottom half League Two. As I said, the gap's not that big between National League and League Two. The form Sutton are in under Agata, he's got them clicking, he's got them playing attacking football. You wouldn't rule Shrewsbury getting a goal based on the quality being league above, but how fragile they are defensively, I can see goals in this. And like I said, Shrewsbury's away record for goals massively surprised me. Like at home their games are a bit sort of more lower margin, low scoring. They're bottom of over 2.5 goals for home games, but top for away. So there's a big contrast in sort of style of play away from home or and that. And like I said, Sutton with goals are just absolutely mental at the moment. I reeled off their results last week, but they're having a lot of like 3-3s, 6-2s. The score on the weekend was 4-2 winner. My bet won within like an hour, so I sort of switched off. I want Simper score to make it 1. I was like, yeah, done. Yeah, they won 4-2 on the weekend. Week 4, they won 4-1 in the Cup, 3-2 at Truro. And the last round of the Cup, they beat Telford 2-1. So this bet landed in the last round of the Cup at home. They faced similar, well not similar opposition, but South Shield, the top of the National League North. They went there and won 3-1, but still conceded. So they've got previous for conceding against teams in non-league. So I just don't see why. The only factor is a late kickoff, but feet up after everything else is pissed in, watching this one win.
What is it with that combination in? What is the
12.55.
and it is both teams to score, Man City, Sunderland.
Yeah.
Overs, Ipswich, Cov, Pot. Overs, both teams to score, Peterborough, Derby, and
Yeah.
overs, both teams to score in that one. I like it.
Not even gonna. Yeah, the games are mental. I'll just get I'll get my notes here. But yeah, I spoke about Merthyr last week, and they're just ridiculous. What do you call it? It's been drifting between 1.72 and 1.8. It's been like in between the two, but it's slightly shorter now, 1.72. But both teams just shit goals. Merthyr scored a league high 49, closely followed by Fylde on 48. Merthyr games averaging 4.1 goals, Fylde 3.65. Both teams scorers landing 9 out of 10 for Fylde and over 2.5 and 8 out of 10. Merthyr have seen over 2.5 in all away games, bar the 2-0 win at 10-man Chorley. Merthyr have scored 2+ in their last 9 and 15 out of 20 in the league. So again, both teams are capable of scoring 2-3 on their own. So to get 1.72 for both teams scoring overs is sort of a snip for me.
And what does that take us to?
8. And I have got one more pick I like, but it's a win one. I don't know if I want to ruin the fun goal ACCA by adding a sweaty win.
Let's hear it.
Folkestone at home to Brentwood. Thing is, Brentwood won this one step forward last year, like got a really good points total and looked good value for it. Did they win it last year? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think they did. So it's first week second, but Brentwood are 6 points off Folkestone with having played a game extra, and Brentwood are sort of just, they're doing well, but like away from home recently been inconsistent. They beat Chichester 5-2 and St Albans 3-2, but then they lost 4-2 at Lewis, 2-1 at Whitehawk. Their away games are just mental and full of goals, and I just think it's one of them. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me to see Folkestone run away with it. Folkestone have played 7 at home, won 6, drew 1, scored 26. So nearly a perfect record. Recent home games, they won 3-0 against Chichester, 8-1 against Cray, 2-1 against Billericay, 6-0 against Lewis. Their only draw came at home to Dulwich, in which they went down to 10 men and only conceded in the 95th minute. Beating St Albans 2-1. They're just absolutely destroying teams at will, and I think just Brentwood are second, but I wouldn't say a false position because they've earned their second place, but a newly promoted team, I don't know how much they can sustain it, and I just think Folkestone, I just take them every week at home when I can, and I think this is another good excuse to take them.
Yeah, I do like it. You make a compelling case, but I was just writing down the ACCA that we've got at the minute, adding pure goals, I think.
Yeah, I think just stick with the goals because then you don't have to worry who scores them. Well, you need both teams scoring a lot of them.
Yeah, as long as there's loads of goals, it don't matter. And you're never out of a goals ACCA, ever.
Exactly. I reckon that's great.
What's the price again, sorry?
21.68, and I've placed it. Got to lock it.
It's not even as short as ACCA. 21.68. So, both teams to score, City, Sunderland, overs Ipswich, Coventry. Both teams to score and over 2.5 in Peterborough v Barnsley. Fylde v Merthyr and Sutton v Shrewsbury, 21.68 as we record on Bet365. That is the ACCA. Let's hope it breaks the duck. Feels like the first time we've done an exclusively goals ACCA.
I tend to do them. I don't tend to do win bets much in my ACCAs, like when I do my Saturday ACCA. I just much prefer doing goals because it's just much more of a thrill, like less than a sweat, if you know what I mean.
It feels like, well, I don't know if it's just because of how bad this season has been for calling games in the EFL, but it seems like an easier watch.
Yeah.
Show. Right, singles then. Do you want to kick us off with the one in the National League North?
Yeah, so I won't bore everyone with the reasoning because I've basically just spoke about it, but both teams to score in both halves at ACCA Merthyr is 10s, and I'm having a point on it. Both teams are mental for it. It didn't land. Merthyr scored first half against Buxton and then couldn't break down the 10-man. Fylde is shitting goals. Well, both teams are shitting goals, really. That's all I've got to say. So both teams to score and in both halves. And then I'm also having, I didn't tell you this one, but Merthyr 2 goals and Coventry 2 goals is 6. I literally just placed it just before. Is 6.23 for Cov and Merthyr scored 2 goals each, so I'm having half a point on that. and then half a point on them to score 3 each at 36.
You filthy little boy.
It's just,
36.
yeah, it's just
Half a
two.
point on the big one.
Yeah, and half a point. But Cov and Murph are like two of the better teams in the league, and they're both playing away and they're underdogs because they're playing with really good teams. But it's one of them that we're not backing them to win. It wouldn't surprise me if Ipswich ended 3-3 and Murph ended 3-3. So yeah, just happy to take the goals because I think they look a bit big.
So it's each over 2, each over 3. Yep, basically a smidge over 5-1 and 35-1. I love it. I may as well do that game straight off the back of that. So Ipswich Coventry, I've got a few bets for that. You can actually get Coventry to score twice. We touched on it already in the ACCA building bit at 6-4. I think that is a tremendous bet. But you can get them to score 3 times at 11-2 and to score 4 times at 16-1. It was 20-1 with Sky Bet, but it's 16-1. But that's general price, so that's good. I probably have a point on all 3 of them, to be honest. And as I said, they've only failed to score 2 in 4 of 18, but they've scored 3 or more in 10 of 18, so more than half, and 4 or more in 5 of 18. And you look at that record against the biggest and best sides in the division, and they've scored 4 against second and third. The only nagging doubt I've got with this one is Ipswich's best chance of a result surely has to be if they play like they used to play in 22-23 when they got promoted away from home. Like, it'd be tough to beat in that. And I've just got this nagging doubt McKenna might set it up to be an absolutely boring game. I don't think Stoke did something similar when they lost 1-0 at home to Coventry, but that was a really tight game. Coventry won it late, and if Ipswich do make a good, like, dogmatic start, then this one could be a real tight affair. But I think that's just like pessimism and how the Championship big dogs the games usually play out. I think Coventry are going to have enough to open this game up. So I've got over 2.5, over 3.5, Bet365 and Sky, the best prices for them. I'm doing Taylor Card again. He's 13-2, and I know it's boring. I've had a point on it, but I checked the numbers and I've tipped him 6 times for Sporting Life. On here I tip him every week, but annoyingly he got carded in midweek, so I'm not actually up with him on here, but I've tipped him 6 times since I found the price, or remembered the price, and it's half a point up because he's been booked once, so I'm just going to double down, continue to back it. He's never been shorter than 11-2 since I did it, and he goes up to like 10, 11-1 depending on the matchup, and I think it's wrong, so that's a point on that. And then the other two, another two couple of prices, 18-1. Point on each of those,
Race the other week.
The very same man. Coventry are just monsters from set pieces. I'm sure Bobby Thomas is usually about 11-2, 13-2. Obviously, it's because Coventry are away from home. They're 2-1. This is why you're getting the bigger prices. I think you just got to take them because they're absolute set piece monsters. As you just said, he got 2 goals at the Riverside Kitchen. I think he's got 3 for the season. I think Bobby Thomas has the same amount. He might have 2. But brilliant from set pieces. Take them while you can. We're going next.
You've sort of... It's a Taylor bet with Bet365. You've inspired me for a double. Card double. Because I just thought this guy I've backed a few times is always one that's a bit big for me. Card record weren't the best last season, but 1.87 fouls per 90. He's got 4 yellows in 15 starts this season, making 1.22 fouls. He's been booked in 3 of his last 5, and he's 5-1 for a card. Who do you think it is?
Is it the same game?
Yeah.
Georgehurst.
No.
Grimy.
No, Victor Torp.
Is it? No.
41s for the double. So, I won't take I'll just take the double that because you've inspired me. So 41 for that, and then I think because of the nature of the game, I think it'll be rude even not to have a treble. Is there any third player standing out for you for a card?
I can't get on 365.
Oh, I don't know if he starts. He came off the bench. Nunes, will he start? Yeah, he came off the bench.
It'll either be him or Taylor. This is the thing with Taylor that I forgot to say. He got up to half time in midweek, so there's a chance he don't play at all. Torp's such a good one. I got mixed up then with Ipswich and Swansea. No, I said Grimes, didn't I?
I play for now.
Yeah, I've confused myself there.
What about that? Oh my god, that guy's got a good card record. He's going to be so short, isn't he?
Who is it?
Asa Matuisi. Matusiwa.
Oh yeah, it was it's
3.75.
39 to 10. Yeah, I think that's good enough.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm having the treble then. Or Matusiwa, Jack Taylor and Victor Torp, 126 for the treble.
Nice, because I was looking, because I thought if Taylor plays with Matasuwa, is that why he's not getting carded? Because Matasuwa's getting all the cards, but when Taylor gets carded, every single time, 3 times, I think at least the last two, at least 2 out of 3, Matasuwa's been carded as well. Should have got sent off at Blackburn
Just need
recently.
a lot of trouble in the midfield.
It's
For that one.
pure trouble. What's the treble?
126. I have a court point on that.
Fine. What are you having on the double?
Half
Nifty. No, I like it.
should be the banker.
This is the one that
Do
cannot fail.
you reckon he plays Ashley Young again? So I'm in a loophole now. I'm in a black hole now of cards.
You could do. It might just have to be one of them wait for lineups.
Yeah, surely he'll play Ashley Young again. But he might, because he's played 90 last. Furlong's been a
Bit iffy, Annie.
But because if so, whoever's against Mason Clark, Young's 4.33, Furlong's 5. So they'll be waiting to see on Team News. I'll probably have some card bets on Twitter on Team News, but we'll stick with that one for now. I'll take us to step 3, and I mentioned Folkestone win in the ACCA, but we're not having it. But for the long shot, I'm having win and over 3 goals. While the File Murphy game has potential to be game of the weekend, the battle between Isham top 2 looks to be special as well. Folkestone have been outstanding this season, so that's 6 points clear. They've scored 53 goals in 18 games, with 27 of these coming in just 7 home games. 6 wins, 1 draw, basically untouchable at home. Brentwood have shot many. They've scored 46 goals in the league, again, only bettered by Folkestone, but have also conceded 35, and their games are averaging 4.2 goals. 7 of their 10 away games have seen more than 3 goals land, while it's landed in 4 out of 7 Folkestone. For context, it doesn't really matter for the bet, but 7 out of 7 at home for Folkestone has seen over 2.5, and 9 out of 10 Brentwood away have seen over 2.5. So nearly a perfect record on 3+. And with these two teams just juggernauts for goals, I can see it going over. But yeah, I'm happy. I was tempted with the Folkestone drawing over 3, but just a bit shy of 2-1. So I've gone greedy and gone win and over 3 at 3.75.
Go greedy or go home. I've got a card, your boys' game, Sunday. Brighton, West Ham. I'm really unsure if he's going to play. You're none the wiser either, are you? Because he shouldn't really play. But
Shit. No, he's. It's hard because you've seen him. The one game you've seen him in the flesh, he scored probably the 4 best goals you'll see. But
ever.
he's on the. He can't run or pass or dribble, but like defensively, he's really combative. He's really good in the tackle. Likes to get stuck in. Works hard. So depends where he plays. But if he does play, yeah, I agree. He's big.
Yeah, it's Diego Gomez. You can get him 11 to 2 bet Victor, which is a killer because they don't void if he doesn't start. So I'll have to settle this as a loser if you don't. But he carded in midweek, carded against Brentford, so that's 2 in his last 3. 4 in total, a couple of them off the bench. But career cards per 90 makes him about a 5 to 2 shot. Obviously he's been playing in a few different leagues, so take that with a pinch of salt. But if he is at the base of midfield, I'm thick of the action. I like it. But just be careful because he might not play. Bet fair, Paddy's got him about 7 to 2 as well. If he does play, but be careful because he might not. Where are we going next?
Yeah, so I'm going Torquay versus Tonbridge and Dorking Eastbourne. Both home teams to score 3 goals is 6.89. Both Dorking and Torquay are sort of teams I've noted down for goals, and both tad short back on their own as singles. So I meant for the long shot. So mistake of a long shot, 3 6.89. Torquay been immense in recent weeks as they try to assert dominance over other sides in the cluster for promotion. The goals are scored, the joint most goals in the league, 42, with 22 of these coming in 10 home games. They don't really rest on their laurels at home, so they've scored 7 of their 10 home games have seen 2+ goals, and all 7 of these also saw them score 3. So they don't just score, when they score 2, they always score 3. Yeah, 7 out of 10 for 3+, and they're playing at home to Tonbridge, who are decent away. Went in for straight Worth and beat them 1-0 pre. Home form remains impressive. At Meadowbank, they've scored they've got 22 points from a possible 27, scoring 17 in 9. since blanking in their first game, they've gone on to score 2+ in 6 out of 8 and 3+ in a few. And they've already played Eastbourne Borough this season at home a few weeks back in the FA Trophy, in which they scored 3. Eastbourne looking relegation trouble after missing out on promotion last year. Tommy Widrington, new manager, he was known for being leaky defensively when he was at Aldershot. Their last away game, they lost 7-0 at Torquay, but they went and won 6-0 midweek. But away, they're still struggling. They've conceded 2 or more in 7 out of 10 under Widrington. So I could see Dorking and Torquay having field days at home. So yeah, 3 each at 6.89, having a point on that.
Lovely. I've got a bit of bad news.
What?
I was just looking at the ref for the Cov's trip to Ipswich, and it's Paul Tierney.
Oh, fucking baldy free.
Baldy prick.
Yeah,
So,
that's why if it was like a really good ref, the card price would be short. I'm gonna get stung again like I did yesterday back in a game with Kitchen as ref. 2 most blatant yellows ever, but I think you've got to go for it.
you've got to stick with it, but just so the listeners know, he dropped a bollock, didn't he? And then he got forced to have a year off. He was a Prem ref, but now he's trying to work his way back up. So he started in League 2, 3 cards, 7 cards, free, and then went up to League 1, 3 cards, 5 cards. Championship, no cards Wednesday against Oxford, 3 cards Watford, Bristol City, and then he only gave 1 card in that Lancashire derby, Preston Blackburn, and that yellow card was 100% a red card. Do you remember that tackle? Ben Whiteman just gone through someone's calf.
No, I didn't watch it. I was at a pub for that, so I missed it.
But it's just worth noting that the big games, he's obviously trying his best to get his bet back up to the Prem by keeping his cards in his pocket. But he has give 7 this season, and if memory serves me right, he was good for cards in the Prem. He liked it.
I think it's going to give him it's like a drug addict, isn't it? Once he shows one, I think he'll go back to his. He's been to all the card meetings, and once he shows one, he's gonna go back into recovery, I think, and show 7 or 8.
Yeah, boy, a card's a card in it at the end of the day. I just hope he brings them. But be careful if you are. Be careful with your stakes, because Tierney's a little shithouse this season. In the Prem, I'm not going to claim like I was going to tip this anyway, but I had this like in my diary as a matchup where I was expecting some Leeds big price centre-back goal scorers. Because Liverpool have been bad, and they've been surprisingly bad at defending set pieces. 10 goals, I think, they've conceded, 9, joint second most in the league. Leeds have scored 7 from set pieces this season. And Wednesday felt like a watershed moment for Leeds fans, because Farke played all these big horrible bastards and just pumped balls into the box, and they beat Chelsea 3-1. And they look really good, and everyone's excited now because that's the way they thought Leeds were going to play all season, and because they got the result, they're probably going to do that. But defender Jakob Bijol got the opener, big meaty header. He's generally, he's 20s, Ladbrokes Coral Betway, generally 16, 365 have got him at 14s to score. You can do that. I think that's worth it, because you compare it to the other centre backs. Rodon's 14, Strike, best price 12s, but he's generally 9s. So of the centre backs who are probably going to play, I think Bijol's the best one to go for from scorer. But if you want to be really greedy, you can combine him to score or assist with a headed shot on target and stack to get the assist. If he does exactly what happened against Chelsea in midweek, that'll pay out at 130 to 1. And that's why I'm a little bit annoyed, because it landed against Chelsea. I was hoping to watch that game and see him have a load of set piece chances, and then it landed this weekend, but lightning might strike twice. Anyway, Bijol to score any time. I'll track it as 14s with 365, because like a lot of the, and let me just double check the firms again. He's 20s, Coral Ladbrokes. I don't think anyone can get on with there. Oh, he's 16 bets Victor. I'll track it 16 bet Victor, but yeah, you can get 20s if you can get on Ladbrokes and Coral. Right, where are we going next?
I was going to say final bet, but because I didn't have Simper written down, but got Lewis Simper again to score. Sutton, Shrewsbury, 6s. It's going to be one of them. I said I'm backing every week. I backed it last week. He scored week before he didn't. Just on penalties. A lot more attacking freedom on Agata. A game I'm expecting goals in again, so I'm taking him a point to score at 6s.
Nice. You love Simper.
He's the boy. He is the man.
What else? I'm all done, me. I'm fresh.
I've just got Australia now. I think one of the games is Saturday, early Saturday morning, so get on it when you hear it. So Newcastle Jets are playing, don't even know, and Brisbane Roar are playing. I don't even know who they're playing, but I've just got it written down. I'm backing Will Dobson for Newcastle Jets and Samuel Klein for Brisbane Roar. 2 shots each is 5.9, having half a point on that. 3 each 30s, having quarter point, and 4 each 195, having quarter point. I backed Dobson last week, his ladder, and I woke up with a bit of a hangover, seeing that he managed 3 shots and his sub had 2. His full shot ladder at 14 to 1-1. This followed on from the week before, where thanks to Super Sub he had 3 shots, meaning technically he's had 2+ shots in 3 out of 5, and 3+ shots in 2 out of 5. He plays on the wing, so the prices are big as it is, and then you've got the potential Super Sub factor of Clayton Taylor, Eli Adams or Ben Gibson, who are all high volume shooters. Obviously you don't want to bank on getting Super Sub because it's just a stupid way to do it, but it always helps with the high lines. You shouldn't be relying on Super Sub for the base, but for high lines it's always good. And Klein is similar ilk to Dobson, where he's a winger priced nicely for shots. Both players also scored the opening goal after 3 minutes last week, so it's sort of written in the stars that they'll repeat this week. He's averaged 2.21 shots per night this season, having 2-1, 2-2, 4-3 shots when Super Sub factored in. While Klein rarely needs a shot to boost his numbers, he normally plays most of the game or does it himself. Potential change of Quinn McInall is the appeal, who's come on to replace him a couple of times. He's had 4 shots in 61 minutes. It's worth noting the one game where Klein failed to hit 2 shots was against Wellington Phoenix, where he hit the post in the first 10 minutes before Brisbane scored on the stroke of our time and his team sat back, registering just 5 shots. If Newcastle and Brisbane avoid an early goal, we should see the base come home and sort of the right subs can get us towards a higher line. So Dobson for Jets and Klein for Brisbane Roar, 2, 3, 4 shots each.
Beautiful stuff. I love it. That's everything for this week's show. To recap, I'll put the bet slips at this. Not the bet slips. I'll put the bet slip for the ACCA and the Google sheet of all our bets at this point in the show, so you can switch to YouTube and check it out. But the ACCA is goalsy. It is 21.68 decimals, so just about 20 to 1, a little bit over 20 to 1. Both teams to score. Sunderland's trip to the Etihad, overs in Ipswich v Coventry. Then we're going both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in Peterborough's game against Barnsley in the FA Cup, Sutton's game against Shrewsbury, and Fylde against Merthyr in the National League North. That is everything. Matthew, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure as always.
Pleasure as always, and we'll be back next week. Best of luck with all your selections, and we'll catch you on the Flippy Flip.